Hi everybody, welcome back to Happy Bake Day, where every day is a happy bake day. I hope your chocolate banana bread from last week turned out chocolatey and moist and delicious. If you missed that episode and you have some bananas that are about ready, you can check this episode out right here. Today is going to be part of our Super Bowl series. The Super Bowl is a huge event here in the United States, and we love to host parties in order to celebrate the game. We are going to be making some finger foods that will be fun to serve at any Super Bowl parties that you're either hosting or attending. Today is the first of that series. We are going to be making Jalapeño Cheddar Pretzel bites. Now this is going to be made in a few different parts. Now what you'll need to make your dough, which is the first part, are the following ingredients. You'll need 1.5 cups of warm whole milk, 1 tablespoon of granulated sugar, 1/4 ounce package of active dry yeast, 4.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 3 cups total of sharp cheddar cheese divided into 1 2-cup bowl and 1 1-cup bowl. You'll also need 1/4 cup of unsalted butter melted and 1 teaspoon of salt. We're going to start by warming our milk up over the stove. You want your milk to be between 120 to 130 degrees, and that will help activate your yeast so that way it gets nice and foamy and bubbly. I do recommend doing it over your stove instead of in your microwave. It's much easier to control the temperature over the stove and stop right at the perfect time, versus the microwave tends to make it sometimes a little bit too hot, too steamy, and you don't want to scald the milk. So we're going to move over to the stove and we're going to use our thermometer to make sure it's the perfect temperature. With our milk almost the perfect temperature, I have brought over the bowl of my stand mixer along with the sugar and the yeast. Once the milk has heated up, what we're going to do is add the milk to the bowl of our stand mixture and also add in the sugar. You'll mix it up really well, and then you'll sprinkle the yeast over top. You're gonna let the yeast milk mixture sit for about 5 minutes until it starts to get foamy and bubbly. Then you'll be ready to move your bowl back to your stand mixer for the next step. Our yeast is finally active. It is super bubbly and it smells wonderful. The next step is to add our remaining ingredients here into our bowl. We'll put the bowl into our stand mixer. You can see that I did pull out my dough hook. It will make this a lot easier. You'll mix on a low speed until all of your ingredients are combined. Then you'll increase your speed into medium, and you're going to start mixing it until the dough starts to form a smooth, kind of maybe a ball, but it should be really smooth, and you'll see it pulling away from the sides of the bowl. And when you touch it, it shouldn't be too sticky to your hands. The cheesy dough is mixed. It looks super cheesy. It'll be great. The next step is to take a large bowl and lightly grease the inside. We'll take our dough out of our stand mixer bowl, and you're going to form a nice ball. You'll roll the ball into the bowl with the grease. I use just an olive oil spray and completely coat the ball in the oil. Then tightly cover it with plastic wrap and put your bowl somewhere warm. And you're gonna let your dough rise for at least an hour or until your dough has completely doubled in size. Our dough is nearly done, so we're gonna start getting ready for the next step. What we're going to do is prepare a water bath for the dough and prepare the toppings to make these deliciously cheesy, slightly spicy jalapeno pretzel bites. You're going to need the following ingredients: 2 fresh jalapenos, seeds removed and thinly sliced. If you would like a tip on how to quickly and easily remove the seeds from your jalapenos, check out our YouTube for our jalapeno short or visit our Instagram and you can see it there as well. You'll need 10 cups of water, which I don't have pictured here, but is on my stove. You'll need 2/3 cup of baking soda, 1 large egg yolk, and 1 tablespoon of water. Our next step is to preheat our oven to 450 degrees. I mentioned earlier that I do have my large pot on the stove, which you should be able to see behind me. It's filled with 10 cups of water. So what we'll do is we'll preheat our oven and we're going to bring our 2/3 cup of baking soda over and we're going to combine it with the water on the stove. And you're going to bring that water to a rapid boil. While the water is heating up and boiling, you're going to come back to your counter and you're going to start getting our dough ready. To prepare for our next step, I have lined 2 baking trays with parchment paper. Our dough is also ready. We'll put it onto our countertop. If you've noticed, my countertop does not have any flour or anything like that on it, and that's exactly what you want. You want it just plain. I've also got this scraper. It's a kind of a sharper edge scraper to help break the dough up into equal sized pieces. And you'll want to try your best to make it into 24 pieces of dough, and that way we'll turn into these little ropes and twist them up into our pretzel bites. So you see, as I'm cutting my dough, I have 8 pieces here. I think I'm actually going to leave it at that. So I cut my big dough ball in half and I cut that one half into 8 pieces. So in total, we'll have 16 pieces that will then get turned into our pretzel bites. Feel free to divide it smaller if you'd like, but I think making it into 16 will be plenty and they'll still be a good size and plenty of flavor. Your next step is to take each small piece of dough and roll it out into a rope that'll be about 9 or 10 inches long. Take the rope and fold it in half and you'll twist the bottom. Take the bottom of your twist and loop it back in through the top of the rope, and you should have this cute little twist about this big, and then you could put it here on your baking sheets. Our water has finished boiling and our pretzel bites have been beautifully turned into these cute little knots. I've moved my baking trays with the pretzel knots back behind me with the pot that's got the water boiling. What you're going to do is one at a time drop your pretzel bites into the boiling water, and you're gonna let them boil for 30 seconds. Then use a slotted spoon to remove them and put them back on your baking tray. Then once you've done it with all of your pretzel bites, then they'll be ready for topping. Our pretzel bites have been boiled. I put mine back on their baking trays. Our next step is to create an egg wash. You'll combine your 1 tablespoon of water and your egg yolk together. Then you'll use a basting brush to brush the top of each of the little pretzel bites with the egg wash. Next, you can top it with your jalapeno slices and the remaining cheddar cheese. Feel free to be as generous as you want with the cheese and the jalapenos, depending on how spicy you like them. I will probably be making a couple of these without any jalapenos, so that way the baby can have some too. But just a note, earlier I used only cheddar cheese in the mixture, and the recipe will just mention cheddar cheese. But I happen to have some of the smoked Gruyere from the quiche episode. If you missed that, you can check it out right here. That I thought would be really, really great in this as well as part of the topping. So I've mixed a little bit of the smoked Gruyere cheese in with my cheddar cheese to top my pretzel bites. Once your pretzel bites have been fully topped, you're gonna put them in your oven and you're gonna bake them for anywhere from about 14 to 18 minutes or so until they're fully cooked all the way through. You'll see them get a beautiful golden brown crust on the top. You don't forget to rotate your tray halfway through. If you want to add both of your trays at once, you want to just have them kind of in the middle position of your oven. And when you rotate the trays horizontally, you'll also want to rotate them fully within your oven as well, just to make sure they're cooked evenly all the way. Okay, can we just take a minute and admire these beautiful, beautiful little pretzel bites? Okay, thanks. I cannot believe they got such a gorgeous brown crust. The jalapenos are still such a vibrant green. The cheese melted perfectly. They're light and fluffy. Oh my gosh, these are gonna be amazing. Thank you so much for joining me today while we made our jalapeno cheddar pretzel bites, part of our Super Bowl series. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you had fun baking with me today. I appreciate each and every single subscriber as you join me on this journey from banker to baker. Don't forget, you could also visit our social media or our website to follow this and all of our other fun recipes. Until next time, I hope you have a very happy bake day.